Welcome, everyone. So the form we're going to be learning today is 줄 알다, to know something, or 줄 모르다, to not know something. The way you make it is you take a verb. This can be an action verb or a descriptive verb. So any verb you like, and then conjugate it to an adjective. Now you can change a verb into an adjective in any tense that you'd like. And then you add 줄 followed by the object marker optionally, and then 알다 if you know something, or 모르다 if you do not know something. 먹다 could be 먹는 present, 먹은 past, 먹을 future. Or if you want to take another verb, 높다, to be high, for example, you can have 높은 present, 높을 future, 높았던 past tense. Just note that the way to conjugate a verb into an adjective will be a little bit different whether you're working with a descriptive verb or an action verb. Let me give you another example. A very common verb you're going to use is 이다, to be. So 이다 in the present tense is in the future tense is 일, and in the past tense is either 이었던 or 였던, depending on whether it's after a consonant or a vowel. But this is the same as when you're conjugating adjectives normally. So what is 줄? When you're using this form to say that you know something or don't know something, 줄 doesn't really have a specific meaning. You can just think of it as meaning the same thing as 것, a thing. So I know the thing, that is the verb, or I don't know that. But 줄 also literally means 방법. 방법 means a method or a way to do something. So how to do something. This form is used to say that you have an expectation of something. So if you say this form, 줄 알다, you're saying that you knew or you thought something. Literally, you're saying you expected something. So 줄 is used to say that you have or had or will have or whatever an expectation about something. So if you use it with 알다, that means, oh yeah, I knew that. I expected that, or I thought that. And if you use this with 모르다, it simply means you do not expect. You did not expect something. So typically, this form is used to say that you knew or thought something in the past tense. Most of the time when you use this form, 알다 and 모르다 will be used in the past tense. So I'll often see it translated as either to think or to know something. Or if you use it with 모르다, to not think or to not know. I didn't think, or I didn't know, or I don't think, I don't know, like that. To help with understanding, I recommend translating this form, 줄 알다, as to expect, and 줄 모르다 as to not expect. Because if you translate it this way in your head, you're always going to understand these sentences. Because in English, we use think and know completely differently to how they use it in Korean. Not just I thought so, but yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Yeah, I knew that. You're saying you already expected something. Or, I didn't think that. Not that I did not think so. My opinion was not that way. You're not expressing your opinion when you use this form at all. You're simply expressing your expectations. So here's my first example sentence. 비가 올 줄 알았어요. So 비가 오다, rain comes, so to rain. So I knew, 알았어요, that, you can just think of this as that, doesn't have a really specific meaning. It will, 오다, future tense, 올. So I knew it would rain. Now, the context of this is not, I knew that it will rain. This is simply your expectation was, yeah, I thought it would rain. It can translate as either I thought it would rain or I knew it would rain. And it just depends on the context. Let's say it rains. You're walking outside, 비가 올 줄 알았어요. And it's raining. Would you say, I thought it would rain? No, you'd say, I knew it would rain. However, you walk outside and it's not raining, but you say, 비가 올 줄 알았어요. I thought it would rain. In Korean, it's the exact same sentence. So that's why this is better to translate until you get the hang of it as expect. So you walk outside and it's raining. Oh, I expected it to rain. You walk outside and it's not raining. Oh, I expected it to rain. The exact same sentence. You get the same meaning in English at least. This will translate either as thought or knew. depending on the context. You can only know that based on the result in English. 비가 올 줄 알았어요. So I thought it would rain if it's not raining, or I knew it would rain if it is raining. Same sentence, but now we have 몰랐어요. So now it's I didn't know, or I didn't think. 비가 올 줄 몰랐어요. So I didn't know that it would rain. So you walk outside and it's raining. 비가 올 줄 몰랐어요. Oh, I didn't know it would rain. 철수가 가는 줄 알았어요. 철수, our friend 철수, 가다, to go. Present tense, 가는. Since this is an action verb, present tense, 가는 줄. So I thought, or I knew, that 철수 is present, going. Going where? I don't know. 철수가 가는 줄 알았어요. So you could also do this. 철수가 간 줄 알았어요. 가다 in the past tense, 간. So I thought, or I knew, that he went. 철수가 간 줄 알았어요. I thought 철수 went, so you're telling me that 철수 didn't go? 철수가 간 줄 알았어요. I thought that he went. Or he did go. Yeah, I knew he would go. I knew he went. 김치를 안 좋아할 줄 알았어요. So I thought, or I knew, that you would, future tense, will not like, 안 좋아하다, kimchi. So I thought that you wouldn't like kimchi, but you do. Or I knew you wouldn't like kimchi because you don't. I expected that you would not like kimchi, and I was right or I was wrong. And based on that, you would translate it as I thought or I knew. 철수가 미국 사람인 줄 알았어요. I thought, or I knew, that 철수 is, 이다, in, present tense, is 미국 사람, American person. So I thought that 철수 is an American. Oh, I thought that he's American. He's Korean? 미국 사람인 줄 알았어요. I thought he was an American. Now, all of these examples I've given you are just 알았어요, 몰랐어요. They're all just Yule form. You don't have to use it like that. You will see 몰랐네, 알았어. It doesn't matter how you see it used in future sentences. I just want to make sure you get the basics down for this. 한국어가 어려울 줄 몰랐어요. So 어렵다, to be difficult. 어려울, future tense, would be difficult. So I didn't know Korean would be difficult. You could have also said 이렇게 어려울 줄 몰랐어요. I didn't know it would be this difficult. So I didn't know Korean would be difficult. Or you could say this as, I didn't expect it to be difficult. So that is all you need to know about using this form to mean that you knew or you didn't know something. But there's another way that this form commonly gets used. Remember that I said 줄 can literally mean 방법, like a way or a method, like how to do something? Well, it can also be used like that. If you use a future tense adjective made from a action verb, then it can mean to know or to not know how to do something. Again, this has to be a future tense adjective, so that will always end with this, depending on the verb stem. And it has to be made with an action verb. So what this form then literally means is, I know, 알다, or I do not know, 모르다, how to, 줄. Not only does this have to be an action verb, but it also has to be an action verb that's a skill. It's going to be how to swim, how to teach, how to use, how to do something, like an actual skill, not simply how to do anything. 한국어 하다, literally to do Korean. That's how you say to speak Korean. 한국어 할 줄 알아요. So 하다, 할. If this is 하는 줄, it is not this form. 한국어 하는 줄 알았어요. I thought you speak Korean. That's a different meaning. 한국어 할 줄, how to. 방법, remember, the way to, the method to, how to speak Korean. So I know how to speak Korean. 한국어 할 줄 알아요. I know how to speak Korean. 한국어 할 줄 몰라요. So I said that it means 방법, but then what's the difference between using 줄 and 방법? Because there's also another grammar form where you can say something something 하는 방법, like the way to do something, 알아요 or 몰라요, like I know the way to do something. I know how to do something. The difference is 줄, as I said, is only used for some sort of skill. 방법 is simply the way to do something. Anything, like the way to go to school. 방법 is a general word that can be used for any sort of way, And 방법 is more of a formal sounding expression. If you use 방법 to say you know the 방법 of something, it can also be shortened to just 법. Another thing I should say is 줄 is only used in this form. You're not going to use 줄 with other verbs. 방법 you can use anything with. It doesn't have any strict rules. It just means a way or a method to do something. 자전거, a bicycle. 타다, to ride. So to ride a bike. 자전거를 탈 줄 알아요. So I know how to ride a bike. 자전거를 탈 줄 알아요. Or 자전거를 탈 줄 몰라요. I don't know how to ride a bike. 요리할 줄 몰라요. So I do not know how to cook. 요리할 줄 몰라요. I don't know how to cook. There are a few more notes I need to give you, and the biggest one is what's the difference between using 줄 and 것? For example, there is the form 것을 알다, 것을 모르다, like to know the thing or to not know the thing. And I actually did a live stream about that. If you want to learn about that form, check out my live stream on October 17th, 2021. The full form is 이라는 것을 알다. And that form means to know that. So what's the difference? These both can mean to know that. 한국 사람인 줄 알았어요. So I thought, or I knew, or expected, that someone is a Korean. But you could also say 한국 사람이라는 것을 알고 있었어요. Or 알았어요. I knew that that person is a Korean. And you can translate them both in English, and they sound very similar in English. They're very different in Korean because 줄 is used for saying that you simply know or don't know something in English, but the literal meaning is more of just your expectation. So if you say, I knew something with 줄, what you're saying is that's what I thought. I thought I knew that. Yeah, it's what I expected. So it could be, yeah, of course I knew it, or, oh, I thought so. It's an expectation. 것 is used for something that's actually a fact, a piece of information. So you can translate this form not just as I know that, but as I knew the fact that. Like everyone knows this is true, and I knew that's true. So this is for things that are already established as fact. So yeah, translate this as the fact that. Also, another thing to know is that 것 is not only used with 알다 or 모르다, but 것 is just a regular word meaning a thing. And you can see this form and this used with practically everything. And there's one more form that is commonly confused by learners as being similar, which is also different. And that's 는지. When you're using it to say how to, you can say something like this. So we have two sentences here. Sentence 1, 자전거를 탈 줄 알아요. I know how to ride a bike. Sentence 2, 자전거를 어떻게 타는지 알아요. I know how to ride a bike. Same meaning, but the conjugation of these is totally different. 타는지. Also, you have to add in 어떻게 in order to get the meaning of how. Otherwise, it would just be 자전거를 타는지 알아요. I know someone does ride a bike. It doesn't quite make sense. Also, 줄 is more conversational sounding, so it's more common. And 는지 has way more uses also than 줄. So it's used here just to mean how to, but you'll also see tons of other uses for 는지 or 지. I have a whole other live stream about that if you want to learn about them. Okay, that is our lesson for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week. See you, everyone. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.